It's a Saturday, and I am here, and we're about to get ready to get rolling. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get things started on this glorious Saturday. So, without further ado, let's say those magic words and get going.
All right, you want to fight crime? Let's get dangerous.
And yes, it is. It is showtime once again. And welcome into another episode of From the Desk of the Small Press Publisher. I'm your host, Joe D. McPhee here. And we're probably going to have a very short show tonight because this week was a very long week. And, yesterday was actually let's say it this way. I made another complete orbit around the sun on this past Friday, and today we had a WhatNot show, and we're right here doing our normal thing each and every Saturday with from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. So before we get into our normal things that we talk about here, let's not forget about stupid o'clock happening 1 hour into this show. We're probably going to run into the part where just before they begin, we probably shut down everything that's happening here. Reason being, because I am exhausted. But trust me, I am exhausted today. Then that's followed up by Last Man Standing at 1 a.m. And then you get a little bit of a respite until Monday at 10 o'clock a.m. for Nevermind the Furthermore with Nicholas Tockert. And don't forget, and I still got to do the new bump for this for Comic Book Spectrum Thursday, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on this brand new channel here for CGC Studios. And without further ado, it is that time once again for everybody's favorite part, which is new comic book pickups for the weeks. And here we go. Greetings once again. And you know what time it is? It is that time of the show where we do the new comic book pickups for the week here. So without further ado, let's get started. This is what's going to storage on today. We got finally we got a first printing of G.I. Joe number 23. You notice on the last time that I showed this issue, I found out that it was a reprint. There was a reprint version that came in a toy, but this one is the actual first print of G.I. Joe number 23, so I'm happy with that one here. And then I was able to secure, for the low price of $3, another Jessica Jones number 1. I still have to see if I have one of these graded or not, but one of mine that's in the current collection will eventually get graded here. We got Classic X-Men number 79. I like this cover here. It's a nice little cover. I'm trying to see who actually did this here, but I can't figure it out as of yet. But that's a nice cover for Classic X-Men number 79. And for those who don't know about Classic X-Men, those were the reprints of the harder to find stuff, starting from Giant Size X-Men number 1 to a lot of the stories from Claremont and Byrne and beyond that. So it's like a lot of the older stuff before Giant Size X-Men number 1, you have to get through other reprints and everything. We got Magnificent Miss Marvel #3. I believe this is volume 6 of Miss Marvel, I believe, from volume 6. I'm not certain on that. We got a variant copy of Elektra #1. We got Red Sonja #4. I believe this is from like volume 5 or something like that from the Dynamite run. And I believe this is from either volume 5 or volume 6, which is issue #6 of Red Sonja. Dynamite ran too many short runs of these types of things, so it's kind of hard to keep track of this type of stuff. Just like I don't know which volume this #0 comes from, at least not off the top of my head, but I know that it's one of the later runs of Red Sonja from Dynamite. We got another copy of Artemis Rank Room #3. These some of these might be coming to our WhatNot show sometime soon, depending on how many full runs I have of it. We got Doom Patrol 84 now. So I'm almost getting closer and closer to having a full run of Volume 2 of Doom Patrol, which is the one that I never completed because, again, during that phase, during that time where I just didn't like Grant Morrison's type writing. Now I have a greater appreciation of it, and I go back and read the stuff, and I was like, it's masterful, but you have to think, as a 14, 15, 16-year-old me, and then when I got into college, so you have to think about when I was in college, the 22, 23, 24-year-old me, was slowly coming around to it, but in the very beginning, it's like, nope, it was just something that I was just not into. We got a lot of Birds of Prey that I've been asking for here. So we got issue 31, another 106. So I know I got a couple of 106s still sitting around here. This is from volume 2 of Birds of Prey, another number 13, 63, 64, 65, 73, 91, and again another 106, 43, 44, 34, 38, 39, 29, and 11. And we got another Mystery 44, which is good. Doom Patrol #44. This was a freebie. We got a Crimson Avenger #1. That was one of the freebies that I got from buying all of the Birds of Prey. Excalibur #1. And believe it or not, Justice League 234, which is a Vixen issue here. I don't think it's a key by any stretch of the means here, but it is a worthwhile book in the long run. And pretty much this small stack right there makes up the comic book pickups for the week. It is time for me to get ready to head to storage here to get all this stuff categorized, moved in its proper boxes. We got through a lot of short boxes here. We finally got short boxes labeled with actual runs of books here. We're getting closer and closer to verifying that with the Uncanny X-Men, that volume 1 is almost complete with all 524 issues intact. Almost the same way with volume 2, 3, and 4. So it's weird because earlier this week we talked to Parallax Spectre earlier because she was trying to get me into, I think it's volume 6 of Uncanny X-Men, which started with another #1. I was like, and I'm going like, maybe not, because it's not the same X-Men that I grew up with. It's a little bit different. It's just like, no, volume five was garbage. Volume six is going to be okay. She read it and everything. And a lot of people who read it liked it. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like I haven't been too keen on X-Men since a lot of the newer stories was coming out, especially with Swords of X and all of these weirdness about the them being separatists more so than anything else. But it is what it is for right now. But I'm going to give it back to the Joe that's in the studio as of right now, and I'll catch you later here on Comic Book Pickups for the Week. And there you have it. That was comic book pickups for the week here. Pretty much, it was a kind of a done deal. A couple of things to add on to that. We were able to verify some more complete sets of books. For one, I verified that we got a full run of Dakota North now. Some of the volumes of the X Men starting from like 1991. It's like I'm still looking for my issue number 50. That's the only one that's missing out of the run for 1991 for volume one. Volume two is just about counted for. All of volume three is accounted for. All of volume four is just about accounted for. So it's just a matter of going through boxes now, sorting out stuff. We're sorting things like they're following one of like Superman, Wonder Woman, going out there looking through Valiant Faith, that series. I verified that I have all volume one minus a first printing of number one. The number one that I have is a fourth printing, and with volume two, I think I'm only missing maybe like five issues, or at least I haven't found those five issues in the boxes as of yet. So it's just it's just time consuming. Um, way I look at it, it's time consuming is a little bit brain numbing. And as you get things in order, you put things off to the side after you get them in chronological order, and then you go through boxes, and then after you go through the boxes, like, oh yeah, I had a whole bunch of these. Where did I put them? And you got to go back to the stacks that you already have put to the side to try to combine them, and then try to find try to reorganize the boxes that you have. And when I talk about boxes, I talk about comic book short boxes that you already have. I just had somebody help me over this past 2 days. He went through volume one Wonder Woman and got to the point where it's like we had overflow for volume one. So now we have to try to find a spot for that where we could label it properly and keep things going. So I'm going to probably end up using like Wonder Woman adjacent books. And when I say Wonder Woman adjacent books, we're talking about all of the Nubia sub series, the Yara Flor Wonder Girl, the Cassandra Smart Wonder Girl, and those mini series boxes. We could make a box dealing with that, and then pull the leftover Wonder Woman's from Volume One, the tail end of Wonder Woman Volume One. Start that at the front of the box and have other Wonder Woman adjacent titles after it. But those are the types of things that is happening in storage more so than anything else here. And I know I haven't really talked about birthday celebration or anything because I really didn't do anything for my birthday. No, there was no parties or anything like that. Um, really no birthday cake or anything to that magnitude. It pretty much was going to storage. I had like a nice little lunch with the person that was helping me with the books here. They went ahead and paid for a nice little cheeseburger, during that time, and then they paid. My family paid for Chinese food for that day and whatnot, and then here I am on today. Went back, took care of some household type stuff. Did like I said, did a whatnot show. We got the one actual order that came through here. All of the comics that was ordered by this one individual is in this box right here. The other individual that got some stuff over the whatnot show ended up canceling, and I began to understand. I understand why, because it turned out that they were international and it gets expensive to ship internationally. So I let them out off the hook here. I mean, you have to think about it this way. They only spent like $3, but the shipping cost for that $3 item was almost $30. So it's like, yeah, it's like shipping that far and overseas wouldn't wouldn't be worth it. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but those things happen. Outside of that, it's been pretty much, going, par for the course here. Also told you guys that we're halfway through working on Primetime Saturday Night issue 5. I'm right now on page 28. We're in the middle of the LM versus Power Spike match, and I started off unlike anything else here. It started off kind of weird, but I'm going to work through the process, get that match done and a couple more interviews done over the next couple of weeks because I think I got that match. Let's see that match, and let's see 1, 2, 3. Matter of fact, let me go back over here to take a quick little gander at what we got coming up on deck without having to give you guys any spoilers as far as what's going to happen here. I believe I only have one more match and two interviews to talk about, or is it one more match, the breakdown for the tag team tournament here, and something else from there. So, okay, Microsoft Word is up. So yeah, we got. I'm on the Power Spike versus Ellen. We had the Diva Gold interview, and then we have the Crew versus Shayla and Jungle Cat. That's the next tag match here, and then the breakdown of the tag team tournament before we get the Slamazon versus Chief Mother Eagle match. So yeah, everything is working to for the betterment of that issue here. So I still got two more matches to go. So it's going to be a total of 5 matches in this book here. We're still doing the 50 plus pages. Normally around somewhere about 50 to 52 pages in each issue. Uh, Technically, I could go ahead and do a trade of issues 0 through 3, but I'm not going to do that until like we're well into this volume. Not, I shouldn't say this volume, but into this storyline more so than anything else for Primetime Saturday Night. So maybe sometime, maybe around issue 8, I might actually think about doing a trade for the first 4 issues, 0 through 4. So be on the lookout for that. Outside of that, that's pretty much everything that I got here. Outside of that, like I said, I'm trying to enjoy life the best way that I can as of right now before I hit the big 50. And I know when I hit the big 50, I know for a fact it's like the more my mind drifts for retirement from my 9 to 5 and pretty much doing comics full time. But right now, I'm just going to try to enjoy life for what it is at this point. I mean, it's still a lot of fun stuff to be had, a lot of fun stuff to be done. As far as you know, a lot of stuff that I love doing, like the comic book collecting and getting new books and producing new books. All of that was going to manifest itself in its proper timing. I mean, I'm going to keep on creating books. I'm going to keep on moving towards the goal of having more and more comics each and every year, producing on a faster schedule than what it is outside once I get outside of this 9 to 5. And then we're still going to try to get this my personal collection in order, and we're going to get it into a position where we could start probably doing museum tours and stuff to that magnitude. So it's getting there. It's going to get there. And it's like when the real news and stuff comes out, as far as all the work that we've been putting into a lot of this stuff comes to a head, and you start seeing a lot of the public media releases as far as the announcements and everything coming down the pike. It'll be worthwhile. It'll be worthwhile. It'll be a adventure waiting to be had and I would be more in a position to do the traveling and stuff that I needed to do, need to do from this point forward. I could be able to make myself available more often for things like commissions and everything. I'd be able to do these shows more often and not feel tired. Just like today, today I honestly truly feel worn out and just out of it because like I said before, it's been a long week. It's also a birthday weekend for myself here. And like I said, I don't really go out. I haven't been like out and about and all this other stuff. I still got other stuff to deal with, other stuff to do, and I've been treating it just like any other day. And I try not to reflect on the past and whatnot. Do I regret some things? Sometimes, but not by much. I mean, I don't regret doing the whatnot show today at all. I mean, every 2 weeks, or right about every 2 weeks, it feels like it's a good thing. I could sit back and be like, okay, these are books I no longer want or no longer have the need for in the collection. I bring them to whatnot. We get, we sell them and they get new homes, especially for things that are somewhat popular and or rather popular. And I do appreciate those who stop by the whatnot shows because now I know people want to see more X-Men stuff. People want to see more Wonder Woman stuff, which I pretty much have here at the house, at least the stuff that I know that we have at the house. People are getting to get to know me a little bit better. I kind of wish I could sell more of the creative owned stuff that I make, but I guess people will warm up to that more so than anything else as of right now. But like it's one of those things that it grows. You have to be patient and let things grow. It's like anybody who's into overnight success type stories don't understand the headache that comes from if you actually become successful and you grow too big too fast. In this case, it's been a study, a slow and steady wins the race, and we're getting there. It's getting there. It's just more along the lines of having the right type of mindset and the right type of patience to move forward when the time comes. It's like the one person that's been helping me, they're like, yeah, it's like it's going to be a small fortune to get most of the stuff graded. It's like, well, we don't have to worry about grading unless we get to the point with the museum tours and stuff to that magnitude. It's like the collection is actually being on display at a museum or being on display over here at a pop-up event. That's when I have to start worrying about getting stuff graded and making certain that everything has been verified and everything that been certified and stuff to that magnitude. But the fact that it is there, that it is ready to go, is properly stored and everything, that's a nice little pat on the back. It's a nice little pat on the back where you don't have to worry about if there's a missing issue where you could honestly say, yeah, that's a complete run up in there and have extras just in case. It's a good sign here. Not every book have an extra, but it's kind of good in some cases with certain collections that there is an extra or two for certain issues. So that's the cool thing about it. But like I said, that's later on down the line. My mind right now is pretty much get new books out there. And when I say new books, I talk about the stuff that we create, get brand new primetime Saturday nights out there, get brand new Amazonia out there. Maybe go ahead and do the adults anthology release sometime soon. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I could move forward on, but I've been hesitant. Oh, the role playing game. I need to get the role playing game out because I've been hesitant on that because of the simple fact of reading everything that I needed for the ISBN number, everything to that magnitude, and having enough ISBN number for every format that I go into, whether it be on digital, whether it be physically printed, and then finding a physical printer to do the hardcover books and looking at how much it would cost to get a prototype, doing all the cover work and all the other stuff to dealing with that, plus getting it edited and everything to that magnitude. So it's a lot of work that's still coming down the road here. But like I said, take one step at a time. Nobody is up here rushing me to do anything, and I don't have a deadline because again, the deadline will be on my plate to determine that because I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to twiddle my thumbs and whatnot. It's like, no, you guys are seeing that I'm putting forth effort into these issues. I'm not just pussyfooting around, if I could say that phrase here. I'm not stalling for somebody to give me that attaboy. I'm putting the stuff out and doing what I can when I can, making the time to do those things. And once everything is in order, I could probably move a little bit more swiftly on a lot of other things than anything else here. So, on that note, like I stated before, we'll probably make this a short show because, like I said, I'm dog tired. I really am dog tired. It's just one of those things that after the go and you don't get really proper rest and everything here, and especially after 2 straight days working in storage and then having to take allergy medication to at least be if I could say, effective enough to do a live stream or whatnot, and then come here to do a live stream show again. It would be, it would be like an undertaking here, and like I said, the not having that proper rest and everything does play a factor. And it's just one of those things about facts of life. It's like you can't overexert yourself because if you do overexert yourself, you're going to hurt yourself in the long run. So it's a matter of understanding when is enough time to do that self care. And right now, we're going to start doing a little bit of self care and get some rest and get some other things taken care of, and we'll go from there. So, as I always say, we're going to say, live life, grow, and be well. I hope that a lot of you catch this on the replay. I do miss you guys here who are normally in the chat that happen to miss us on tonight. But it's one of those things here, you know, birthday weekend, everybody's busy, this, that, and the other. I've been busy. I haven't been, keeping up with everybody. But I do say thank you to everybody who have wished me a happy birthday. I greatly appreciate it. I thank those who stopped by the WhatNot show, and thankful for those who are now subscribed to the WhatNot show and following the WhatNot show, as well as those who have been buying from me. I'm going to try my best to get books and stuff that out of the collection that I no longer need and I could give a good home to. You never know what odds and end stuff that I might have extras of in that collection. So, like I said, live life, grow, and be well. I see you guys next Saturday right here on from Desolate Small Press Publisher. Be good to one another here, and I catch you on the flip side. We are out. Have a good rest of your Saturday.